I can't believe this shit.
Whoops. Hello. I see you found the new throwable.
I can't believe this shit. I can't believe this shit.
He can't believe it. Oh, the babies. Oh, the babies.
I can't believe this shit.
Now, obviously, it's a little pricier than some of the other throws, so don't
can't
use up your
believe this
savings.
shit.
If you use up your savings irresponsibly, I won't be able to believe this shit.
Baba.
Yeah. I'm sure it will continue to have proper times for it to be used into the future. Oh my god. So baby. Okay.
I can't believe this shit.
I agree.
Can't believe this shit.
Me neither.
I can't believe this shit.
Oh my goodness, the claw. The claw. Oh baby.
I can't believe this shit.
Oh baby. I need to adjust my legs, baby. Oh my goodness. I can't handle you. Can't handle you. Anyway, we gotta talk to Dice Lady. Yeah.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Oh yeah, that's right. There's the Shivers check. What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling rags? Oh yeah, let's go ahead and ask her this for shits.
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Such a pure and perfect woman couldn't possibly be involved.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus? Or, and you never took your eyes off the work to look out of the window? Or, do you often work Sunday nights? Or, I see. Thank you for your answers. Oh, that's right. I did reset some of the settings. Because I was messing with the sound in order to get a clean copy of I can't believe this shit. So, dialogue text size. There you go. What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the
can't
Whirling's
believe this
backyard.
shit.
During daytime, there are usually those kids.
I can't
And
believe
lately,
this
I've been
shit.
seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
Okay, drama.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw
She ain't a snitch.
anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd
Relatable.
profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
That didn't directly answer the question.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
I have more questions about this building. I'll ask
listening.
about a couple more of the businesses. Let's see. Let's ask about the... Oh wait, I found a strange machine. I don't remember I don't know what machine I'm talking about.
Fortress Accident,
Oh.
the radio game studio.
She closed her eyes as a remnant of memory lights up her face.
She liked them.
I'm surprised she isn't a former worker of
They
theirs.
were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wiro.
Like, what a coincidence that this dedicated dice maker is in the same shitty building as this RPG company. Nerds.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened? Or I heard they ran out of money, or they had some kind of accident with the backup copy, right? I heard they ran out of money.
Money and time, the usual.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive. Or really, they must have been on a gigantic ego trip. From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive.
Yes, but when
I thought
the
she meant
money
that they thought they
started
were
to run
elves.
out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic and to show up to work on time.
Damn. Well, showing up to work on time is incredibly hard. Or, that's too bad, I would have supported them, the project looked great. Or, you're right, they should have just tried harder. They had everything needed to succeed. I don't... Another time when none of the... I don't really want to say any of these, but I'll say, well, showing up to work on time is incredibly hard.
And so is producing something extraordinary.
Her eyes wander to the shelves full of die prototypes and discarded models.
Something strains her face before she looks up again.
Anything else?
Okay, you're talking about the gym.
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
And who was our Armenitep? Or maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing club. Or how did that community project work out? Or judging from kids I've met so far, it didn't really work, did it? Who was Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some
Zemsk.
trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Wait, here, I just want to calculate this recalibrate because it looked like I was leaning. Maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing club.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
Sort of the king around here. Or he's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies. Or indeed, who is Kuno? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to say the second one.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard.
She looks out the window. It's oddly quiet there at the moment.
I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
Hell yeah. It didn't really work, did it?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
Yeah, okay, I'll ask one more. Oh, what's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milius. Who would have guessed?
Snuff milius.
What's a snuff milieu?
That was a success!
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Cool, very cool about the debris, but what's a snuff milieu?
It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Oh, I see, like snuff films.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
That's just because she's so cool.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Then she lets the thought go. Alright, Oh, I found the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me.
She rubs her forehead. Her scarf has left a faint line on her dusty skin.
I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
So you're telling me that you have a doorbell there? Which one? Or I was wondering about the Whirling and Rags. Is it part of the same building complex? Or I have a few more questions about the building. Which one?
The one with an empty name card. It's the last one in the list.
Oh yeah.
As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
I was wondering about the Whirling and Rags.
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. That explains why you can call the whirling from the intercom, albeit I doubt that anyone responds.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the doomed commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
Calm down, Inland Empire. I have a few more questions.
Sure, I'm listening.
Alright. Oh, I have more questions about the intercom.
I'm pretty sure it's...
Oh, I see.
Sure, I'm listening.
Sub-menu.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Well, it's a white check, so I guess we can give it a shot.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Start taking off your clothes. You need to connect. Leave it at that.
She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief. The tool's sharp edge shining in the light of her desk lamp.
She would have stabbed your dick if you took those clothes off. Good job. That was an interesting little weird tangent zone. She's the developer's wife. I mean, not literally, you know, conceptually. Wait, how do you get down there? Dice have stats. Maybe I'll come back later. Oh, there is this thing. Oh, I do have my physical instrument clothes on.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
This will probably kill me. Wait. We still haven't gotten a regular game over yet. And I'm still curious about that.
Waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Kim, do your best without me.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw.
So I'm guessing this is bad. I'm sure it's just heartburn. Oh God. Or help someone. Help someone.
Yeah. Screaming isn't happening on account of extreme shortness of breath. You're just making it worse. Oh God, it's painful.
Try to remain conscious.
All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now.
Yeah, heart
We
attack.
all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face. Like you always thought you would.
Oof.
You only see pain and fear. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented, "That ain't easy on the ticker." He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement
I
given
can't
by the
believe
RCM,
this
the
shit.
officer was on the brink of solving a murder case.
I wonder if they only say that sometimes,
I
like,
can't
depending on
believe
how
this
far you
shit.
got through the game. And I also wonder if that's like the one way that you die of running out of metabolism.
can't
Out of health.
believe this shit.
Boop boop. Yeah, I noticed it's still quieter than I would have liked, which is unfortunate. Oh, how's the game volume, by the way? Yeah, it seems like the generic game over from Zero Health.
I can't believe this shit.
Okay. Okay. Wah, wah, wah. We're gonna go to the Fritta. There's no way. We have 5 health and 5 extra heals.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
I love her. Okay, very healthy boy. So obviously we need to meet that lady at 20.
Niket thanks you for telling Emil about Churu.
Poodle. You're welcome. There's that fuck. In the meantime... Yeah, here, wait, I'll double check. Oh yeah, 22. You want to see here near the old fish market. Oh yeah, time doesn't pass when you travel or anything, right? So we could get like pretty freaking close to 22 and still be safe to meet her. Oh, report back to place on spot you're finding. Very well. It's haunted by random dice.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them.
I've talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you. Or, no ma'am, I have felt her aura. She's not the one to blame for this curse. Or, she may be involved, but I don't have a way to question the malignant entity further. She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She looks perplexed.
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire. You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
What? Okay, so she says there is no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. Or lie. The source is in the taxidermist shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place. Or, honestly, I don't have an answer yet. There are still leads to follow, like that strange radio computer thing. Or, there's another entity more malignant pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I will cross paths with it. Hmm. The entity is capitalism. Boom.
A third order presence, yes.
She lets go of the pendant.
A great, dark relief washes over her.
I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in the presence of my daughter.
She gestures for you to be silent.
I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels, may the Lord be with you.
She performs an X-shaped cross on her chest.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you.
Wait, who does she mean by the Lord? Do they call Dolores Day the Lord? Because Kim did the X thing, right?
Yes, the venture continues. In other waters, darker waters.
Sure, dude.
Should we get out of here before the vortex collapses?
Farewell for now, book peddler. Okay. We will buy and read a book.
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever.
Wait, I wanted
This bookstore is not strictly
medicinal
about crime.
properties of the pale.
Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
I want to see what crazy, scam medicine they have based on the pale. But, a small green book giving off a peculiar foreboding impression. Although it's hard to figure out why, it describes various ways of healing debilitating ailments through the use of pale, some of which sound impossible at best. It did cost $4.20, goddammit. Do all books take the same amount of time to read? No one has to know. Well, now I'm noticing his big bare chest and it's horrible. There you go. Okay. Fuck it. Interact.
Medicinal purposes of the pale. The cover of this heavy tome features a number of esoteric symbols.
Oh, is my reading flashlight.
Open the book.
Flipping through
I
the
do still have the
book, you
flashlight.
find a number of sections on the general benefits of the pale. A large pharmacopoeia makes up nearly half of the book.
What's a pharmacopoeia?
You come across the following explanation. While modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of clinical trials, readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite medicine practitioners, Mesk mystics, and Ilmaran folk doctors. It's all quackery, in other words.
Duh.
Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the pale, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies.
What do they mean by ingredients you can get from the pale, though? Unless it's just like stuff that's like on the edge. Is there anything about restoring lost memories? I just want something that will soothe the relentless torment of my existence. Anything about curing an apocalyptic hangover? Enough of this. Is there anything in there about restoring lost memories?
There are a number of Seolite tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your condition.
I just want something that will soothe the relentless torment of my existence.
What you're describing is booze. You don't need any herbs for that.
Anything about curing an apocalyptic hangover?
There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here. Want to give it a shot?
Rub your hands together. All right, book, let's see what you got.
First, you need to choose a base ingredient.
Ginger root or a sprig of fresh mint or common meadow rue. None of these things feels very pale specific. Ginger root.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
Mix it with a dram of whiskey, boil it with tea made from birch bark, mash it into a paste with some aloe vera extract. Well, wait, is birch bark the thing that like aspirin is derived from? Or is that a different kind of bark? I mean, ibuprofen. That's willow bark, never mind. Okay, so then birch, who knows if that does shit. Besides look like a moo cow on the outside. Mash it into paste with some aloe vera extract.
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
A few pomegranate seeds or a spoonful of sugar or some wild ginseng root. A spoonful of sugar.
The ginger and aloe vera make this poultice ideal for the treatment of arthritis. It won't do anything for your hangover though. Would you like to try again?
Yeah, let's try again.
Very well. First, choose a base ingredient.
Sprig of fresh mint.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
In a tea made from birch bark.
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Some wild ginseng root.
The ginger root will help with the nausea,
Oh, ginger
and the
root.
birch bark tea will help you flush out the toxins. The ginseng should give you more energy as a nice bonus. The very thought of this tea causes your muscles to relax and your mind to clear. You're more present and in control than you were a moment ago.
Savor the feeling a little longer. Or, all right, time to get back to work. Savor the feeling a moment longer.
A tingle rushes down your spine and you feel your toes uncurl. If only it could always be like this.
Damn. I want to try to conduct one of those hangover cures again.
Very well. First, choose a base ingredient.
Common meadow rue.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient.
Mix it with a dram of whiskey.
Lastly, is there anything
A
else
few
you'd
pomegranate
like?
seeds.
You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According to the pharmacopoeia, it should increase your energy and focus, though, in your experience, it's only done the opposite. Would you like to try again?
Let's try
Very
again.
well. First, choose a base
Okay,
ingredient.
It didn't comment on the rue yet.
Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle.
With aloe vera
Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add?
and pomegranate.
You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According to
What?
the pharmacopoeia, it should increase your energy and focus, though, in your experience,
What?
it's only done the opposite.
Bug.
Would you like to try again?
No, this stuff is all a bunch of hooey anyway.
You close the book and find
A
yourself
bug in
staring
my
at
disco
the
Elysium?
familiar
Never.
cover once more.
Put the book away.
I can't believe this shit.
I also can't believe this shit. Interesting. All right. Obviously, we still have plenty of time. Wait, we haven't actually read the children's book yet.
You hold in your hand the colorful primer. The title reads, A Primer for Small Kids. There's a bear involved.
Exactly what I need.
This book will show you the score, get you oriented with those basic concepts you appear to be hazy on. The anthropomorphic bear will give you the lowdown of your life.
On what?
The alphabet.
Flip through the pages.
Every page has one word designating one letter of the alphabet with a faded illustration. Most of them are scientific and cultural principles. It goes as follows.
Let's do this.
A is for azimuth. B is for Boreas. C is for cosine. D is for diamite. E is for ellipse. F is for phlogiston. G is for gamete.
Phlogiston! They believe in phlogiston.
H is for homeboy. I is for econ. J is for Eura. K is for collapse. L is for laudanum. M is for myriad. N is for nadir. O is for aureole. P is for perihelion.
Sure, yeah.
Q is for quasar. R is for rhododendron. S is for sinus. T is for tricolor. U is for ultra. V is for vector. W is for Wahrheit. X is for xylophone. Y is for Ustava. Z is for zenith.
I like that X is for xylophone, just like it would be in a normal kids thing. That's it?
That's it. You know the alphabet now.
Oh no, he doesn't say the thing. In what is called IL, the international language developed by scientists from Grod in the 20s. Sinus means sign, for example. Ah. Maybe phlogiston is spelled with an F because they figured it's less confusing, you know, like it's an attempt to, you know, like fix up the alphabet or whatever. Kim, I know the alphabet now.
Good. I also know the alphabet.
Put the book away. We still got so much time. We have so much in common. I forgot that find booze and drink it is a quest. Oh, call us back in the day for info. We can find out about his armor. Oh, third baby. Wow, 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 wow.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
This makes sense with, you know, like them having been involved in that conflict. I'm guessing one of its names is Crenell.
Yes. That is the most recent name the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP. And the one before it was Downwell. I also have one called Sediment, but I think that might be a different contractor. No, they were called Sediment. And Somatosensor, it seems. All that during the last 9 years.
Oh, just like the inflection of this part felt weird, because like I also have one called Sediment. It feels like she should be saying, no, they were called Sediment.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
A suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person to whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant.
It definitely
to
seems to be the
private
case,
sector
Dagger.
records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
This is a fun challenge for her, an opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Yes, thank you, officer. I really appreciate your effort in this case. Or yes, please do try. It's imperative that we learn whose armor this was. You say the first one.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
Alas. Did you find out more about the owner of the armored boots?
Not yet. but I was able to convince the database people to share private sector information. They promised to get back to me by tomorrow morning. Do you have any other questions?
Sweet. I think she's the cutest girl in this game that I've seen.
57, over and out.
Oh, besides
In the
Fake
cabin,
Gardener.
you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
She was so cute before she revealed herself to be Devil Woman. Don't close the door. Liz the laws. Alright, so where's the rest of the armor? Ask Kuno, the kid throwing rocks, what he knows. What? Huh. Wait, really? I still know that. Or, like, I feel like... Doesn't everyone still call them Blackwater? But I guess they gave it a shot. Yo, Kuno, I'm gonna flash my light in your face.
Fuck does Kuno care?
I want to discuss the body with you again, Kuno, about the crime scene. Alright, let's talk about this. Have we ever said this? You kids often play in the yard?
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it?
I see, I see. The ladder, ever climb it? Wait. Point to the ladder on the tree. What is in the greenhouse over there? I might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else. In the greenhouse over there.
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
I feel like there's no way it's supposed to be pronounced Areopagites. That seems really funny. Hold on, the gardener used to work there, or the gardener? She's actually not a gardener. Turns out she's a union fixer. Hold on, the gardener used to work there?
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno.
She's actually not a gardener.
The fuck does this have to do with the Kuno? Kuno doesn't give a shit who she is.
It's funny that this implies that she was dedicated enough to this role that she actually like showed up and did gardening for a while. This is what the I don't understand this gambit. The ladder, ever climb it?
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed.
So you would say that the ladder is unclimbable?
Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
I might have questions later.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
I want to discuss the body with you again, Kuno.
The fuck about it?
Where's the rest of his armor besides his cuirass? I got that.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
Oh, that's nice that you can say about the cuirass. You know, since we got it. How come?
That fucking had one thing majorly wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Do you remember how he looked? Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man.
Oh, you're a great judge of that tiny child.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
He was totally bummed he's too small. You're just too small for the armor. Or what do you mean you threw it away? What do you mean you threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
He performs a kickoff on the imaginary helmet.
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
He loves to say that he does things are done X style. You threw it in the sea.
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk.
That's very not true.
You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
Mañana? Who do you mean troubadour?
Yeah, cock in boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows.
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
You mean Manana?
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
And you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Kuno's doing pity now. I like it.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
There are contusions all over his body. Did you do that?
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He grabs his head like it's suddenly hurting.
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
A contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks or stones left on the corpse. Or, yes, that's what I'm saying. You're stupid. Or, I hate words too. Or, let's back up. This isn't going anywhere. A contusion is a bruise.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing. This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. He is king.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
You are king.
You're testing Kuno's patience here. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Yes, you do. Pew. Logiston. Hello, racist. Right to work. Am I right?
Hola, Wandering Man.
Airplane
How can I help
style. Kuno does it airplane style. Kuno told me you were supposed to know about the armor.
The little boy had it good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock.
Sounds right, sounds right.
Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used to... He used us to what? Scare you? Or the probe into the armor? What did you learn? What did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
So Kuno used us to what? Scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask. What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe it.
Checks out.
The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Queer ass gauntlets. 4 pieces of armor up for grabs then. Also, it's weird to describe like the 2 separate boots as one of the pieces or whatnot. This is a strange distinction.
I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least.
Hold up, 4 pieces? What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Actually, I may have better things to do too.
I agree, officer. Let's focus on the hanging, and later some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Nice. From what I learned, it was a very heavy, boring set of armor. I did some research.
How does it?
In parts. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass.
I've already got some armor.
This is
I'm
where I
pretty
left off.
happy with
Too much
without
hassle.
struggling to find more.
Well, so you have. No wonder you're a detective.
I guess maybe this would help lead me to the cuirass. Thank you for your cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Hell yeah. Good talking to you. Alright, alright. Kuno lied to you. Return and confront him. Did he lie? Oh, right. Just in the fact that, like, Mañana doesn't actually know anything. Wait, we gotta go in there wearing it. Hell yeah. Show it off. Here, wait, I'll finally take this off. Yeah, so it's just the gauntlets we're wondering about, such as the one that's on the cover.
Cuirass hugs your torso, shielding your vitals without adding much bulk to your form.
The cover of the final cut.
Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
What do you mean, Coyote? It is good to be an unstoppable ceramic man.
Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Wait. Oh yeah, I haven't looked at the dice yet. The dice. Lights. These two 20-sided dice have the colors of a police alarm. Bloodstone for red and lapis lazuli for blue. If you roll them and squint your eyes, it looks like you're arriving on the scene. And it's raining. Note, look at the map tab in journal to see which white checks have opened. It re-rolls your ability to do checks. So mirror and butter, mirror. See, map wall it still shows, but I can't do that one. Kuno. Boy.
Fuck does Kuno care?
I talked to Mañana about the armor.
So?
He raises his eyebrow, projecting aggressive indifference.
You should thank him.
Nothing. The tip really paid off. Good job, Kuno. Or he told me you promised to sick the pigs on him. Or he said to thank you. Wasn't too keen on chasing down that armor anyway. Or he said you're now the king of the entire Jamrock? Nothing. The tip really paid off. Good job, Kuno.
What? Don't be playing Kuno off as a snitch bitch. The oldest trick in the book, people.
Are you snitching, Kuno?
This is some ancient bullshit, people. Kuno would rather take 10 than snitch. Pigs full of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
We win.
You found a real nice button to push. Turned the tables on him.
Wait, is there anything else I can ask now?
Yeah, whatever. The fuck do you want? Good call, Pigmeister. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Love you, Kuno. Alright. Look at a working firearm that shoots 4.46 ammo. That's its own thing, huh? I still need to sync signs with Noid. Ask Kaja about Sunday night. Oh, right. Kim has to not be there. Determine where the shot came from. I still need to check the boardwalk. I don't know where I was supposed to go to the boardwalk to do this check. Get Excel to talk about our associates. Well, 2 of those are with the, band kids. Fairweather T500. It really hurts to punch this armor. A sword wouldn't leave even a scratch. A bullet would bounce right off. Still, there must be some flaw in it that would allow you to stand your ground against this dangerous enemy technology. You just have to figure out what it is, possibly by beating yourself up while wearing it, shooting yourself. Let's see. Here, wait, I feel like... Oh wait, but the fact that they give 10 exp is really nice, the conceptualization passives. Are there any that I don't want anymore? All modics learning caps raised by 1. I know. Learning cap for Shivers raised to 6. More money from selling tear. Reveals extra special collector's edition tear bottles on the map. On the map? What? Ah. Oh, now I'm noticing that this thing by the waterfront statue looks like one of those filaments. Yeah. +1 pain threshold. Blood oxygen is boring. All psych learning caps raised by 1. All your white checks unlocked. +1 inland empire. I don't necessarily need that one. God, that one's real good. +1 morale. Learning cap for volition raised to 5. Logic raised to 5. You know what? I can probably... I have plenty of morale. Logic and volition. I'm not going to raise them more than... Wait. But... So if my cap's over 5 now... Does that mean it's not doing anything? I'm gonna try getting rid of this one. Yeah, they're the same. Okay. Well then. So our options are some kind of superstar, regular law official, indirect modes of taxation, magnesium-based life form, anti-object task force, Wompty Dumpty Dom Center, the Insulindian miracle. Oh, you're reminded of a poem somewhere deep inside you, the translation of which you don't remember. Nulla Sara cambiato de luce. It begins. A lot of stuff I can sell. You were reminded of it when you heard about the discovery of the Insulinde. But what does it mean? And how do you know it by heart? Oh, I'm curious about that. Temporary research bonus? None. Alright. So... I know that much. I just didn't know if it... Oh, what's the dealio, Coyote? In the meantime, I'm just gonna adjust these babies a little bit. I can't do it yet? Oh, okay. I did babies. It was just specifically because that thought said cap raised to 5 and my cap was already over 5 that I didn't understand what was up with that. But I see that the cap did lower, but like it's not an issue because I still have 3 more that I can put it up. I guess we could read another book. I'm curious now if we read The Devil Woman, considering we've already talked to...
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall.
Those are so much money. I want to buy Man from Heimdall and The Devil Woman.
It is a bestseller for a reason.
Why did I have to waste so much money on that transceiver? The cover doesn't show what they said it did. Boo. Interact.
The edges of the pages are worn and smudged.
If we have time, I'll do that one too.
About the Devil Woman's altercations with the Heimdall man.
Look at the back cover.
The jacket copy proclaims, Man from Heimdall returns in his most exciting adventure yet. After crashing into a strange jungle, cannibalistic natives abduct his only surviving comrade, Noble Tyribald. Before Man from Heimdall can mount a rescue, he is ambushed by a tribe of female warriors and taken to the ancient citadel of Cloud City, where a mysterious and wicked queen rules supreme. Will Man from Heimdall be able to escape his dire situation and find his missing friend?
I like that that's just like his name is Man from Heimdall. Time to flip through the book.
You open the book to a random page. Man from Heimdall, wielding his 2 Zweihanders, is carving through a sea of savages, his visage fixed in grim determination. His arms, whirling like windmills, are soaked with the blood of his enemies. Mangled corpses litter the battlefield. Good God, this is some retrograde stuff. When was this shit written? You flip to the copyright page. This book was written in 38.
Oh shit, gritty and heroic, or let's give this a chance, or ugh, vulgar, close the book. Let's give this a chance.
Berserker rage burns in his azure-hued eyes as he brings glory and honor to his long-lost Heimdall tribe. From the village of Heimdall, the ivory giant roars like an ice bear, and the winds of Gatla howl out his name.
Give me more.
Man from Heimdall rides on a gilded griffin,
Whoa.
his golden mane billowing in the breeze. Both Zweihanders sheathed on his back. He is off to war. Will he conquer his enemies? Will he conquer himself?
Onward!
The steel muscles of Man from Heimdall gleam in the humid jungle air. Yet the man does not sweat. In meditation, his soul drifts in the frigid northlands he calls home.
Holy shit, this is so me. Really get into the book, or I'm done. Close the book. But it's like they don't understand the concept of interacting with media that you know is bad. I think it's a good use of your time, if you ask me. I need to see more. Holy shit, this is so me.
A passage reads, The man from Heimdall looks up, his eyes blue as the mountain lakes of his homeland. He rarely speaks, but now his voice booms in the darkened throne room. Do not try to sap my masculine essence, wicked temptress. Son of Heimdall will never succumb to your seductive wiles. Thine spells are no match for purity and strength of will. Brothers of Heimdall, stand above the vices of flesh, for it is weak and corruptible, yet mine is forged in gore and strife. Queen Lydiana just laughs, a sultry and salacious sound, then says, I have grand plans for you, man from Heimdall. She gestures her diabolical hand toward an array of potions and unguents. First, you shall please me. Then lead my armies against the vicious cannibals. Not a muscle moves in the face of the man from Heimdall. Yet inside, there is turmoil. This goes against all he holds sacrosanct.
Does it? I mean, it sounds like he was killing a lot of guys. Wow, this is epic, or I kept hoping it would get better, but the writing is terrible and repetitive, or I've had enough. Close the book. Wow, this is epic.
In the final pages, man from Hjelmdal mounts Gallavarin, his mighty griffin, and turns his gaze to the horizon. Queen Lydiana is dead, but an army of cannibals is storming the gates, and still there's no word of trusty Tyribald. To find out what happens next, you'll have to pick up Man from Hjelmdal and the Three-Eyed Skull, available in fine bookstores everywhere. Spring 39.
Put book away. Horrible. I didn't even get any X for anything. Horrible. Okay, I think I can still afford the...
Shelves full of biographies of famous...
A true cultural touchstone. Enjoy the read.
Oh, probably. Let's take a look. Fascist. I'm still only at 1. A mysterious thing. The Greatest Innocence. This dusty tome brings knowledge on the history of innocences. It is written by one João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego, a Mesque fascist who tries to reach a conclusion on which of the innocences is the coolest in the world.
The Greatest Innocence by João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego. The book is large and heavy.
Crack open this immense tome.
Browsing through the various chapters, you try your best to understand the ceaseless overflow, the sprawl of names, dates, places, events historical. Most of it ends up as a twisted mass of facts inside your brain. Your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it's pop quiz time. Let's see what you've learned. This might take a few minutes. You ready?
I've got 3 hours. Sure, why not?
That's the spirit. Here we go. Question 1. Who was the first innocence? Oh yeah, this is what I was made for.
Is that so? Alright, go on, give me all the hints you got.
A pop quiz is a short examination designed to test your knowledge without any prior warning or announcement. Such exams allow the teacher to assess how thoroughly the students have retained the material at hand. Voila. Now blast that first innocence.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I can't believe this shit.
Thanks for nothing. Dolores Day. Dolores.
Oh, that's interesting that pain threshold knows. Sola, Dolores Day, the Pericarnassian. You know, I didn't really absorb anything from what I just read. Dolores Day?
Incorrect. Dolores Day was the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. She codified parliamentary democracy and created modern institutions. Among these, the moral intern, she was powerful and beautiful on all her icons. Steer clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one.
Her colors are silver, white, and apricot. Fucking apricot! Fucking apricot! And when you think her name, Dolores, stomach acid rises to the back of your throat and it hurts. You see a flash silver, a wreath, an airport bag, and a blonde hair. You don't know why. Oh, and blonde hair. You don't know why. Another choice, perhaps? Oh, is my girlfriend's ex-wife named Dolores, like after her innocence, Dolores? What? Or nothing about it. Back to the quiz. What?
A strange sensation of loss. When she left the earth, the dust, and the ice, and the humans. That is unimportant to the quiz. Stop thinking about this. Yes, the quiz is impersonal. No need to rouse sensations in yourself at the mention of Dolores Day. Who was the first innocence? It wasn't Dolores Day.
The Paracanassian?
Correct. Nothing much is known about him. It's not even clear that he was a he, but Franco Negro presumed as such and called him Pius.
So yeah, I guess these are
He's
basically like
depicted
saints.
as a young man with molten gold pouring out of his mouth.
Bah.
All he spoke was gold. It's said he invented God and equality of men before God. He also introduced the gold standard as a way for measuring people's love for Aurum. As the first innocence, he declared that there should be more of those like him. It is presumed his disciples were the beginning of the Holy Party, the founding party. Question 2. Who was the strongest innocence?
Strongest.
Easy. Everybody knows the answer to this. You, me, anybody.
Sure, try again. I trust you've got my back.
An innocence is the highest category of historical personage in the world, a literal personification of history. Traditionally,
at
an
least this is actually
innocence,
useful.
when anointed, assumes supreme rule over the Occident or the known world in general, at least the parts that matter.
Interesting. Yes, so interesting, but I thought you'd give me the answer to the question.
I can do better. Okay, so commonly an innocence does not enforce his or her power through military power. This is seen as unnecessary. The innocence wins because an innocence can't help but win, for their deeds are inevitabilities. Did this help?
Yes, immensely.
Great. Dolores.
Pain Threshold just wants to say Dolores every time. Wait.
An innocence? I can do better.
Okay, I'm gonna say no.
Damn. Dolores.
Dolores Day?
Incorrect again. While she originated many modern institutions, launched several successful expeditions, and was even critical of the Innocentic system itself, and somehow keeps popping up in your mind, she is not often considered the strongest. Even though the words most associated with her rule are l'amour, la compassion, la autodiscipline, love, compassion, self-control, which could be seen as facets of strength. Would you like to try again? Please, relax.
Vesper Messina?
Incorrect. Vesper Messina is not a person, but a defunct state on the southeastern coast of the Occident. It used to take up most of the peninsula before separating into the republics of Vesper and Messina. Care to try again?
I see. It's just called Vesper Messina. That's interesting. Franco Negro, I definitely didn't assume that was like the name of a person the times it's come up. Franco Negro?
Correct. Named the innocence of militarism, he codified hereditary rule, but at the same time ended serfdom and established the Inter-Isolari Real as the global reserve currency. He also established the concept of the nation.
Weird.
Franco Negro attempted to solve the rising tensions between the aristocracy and bourgeoisie by building a unified society in which every man has a place and a mission, but at the same time may rise to nobility provided on the strength of his virtue. Question 3. Who was the false innocence?
Yeah. Whenever I would hear Franco Nigerian army or whatever it would be, I thought it was a place
Got
or
it
whatnot.
under control. No problem. Solid on this one. It's widespread historical information.
You going to be helpful this time? I could use a hint.
Yes, there exists a group called the Founding Party, known as the Holy Party, during the time of the Paracanassian. This, the world's oldest international organization, spends its time in search of either the re-emergence of the innocents or new members.
Sigh heavily. out loud.
There seems to be a mix-up with the sources. It's not my fault. At least it clearly wasn't Dolores Day. She wouldn't be false. She's beautiful.
Okay, so Dolores. Wait, I feel like that wasn't an option at first. Or maybe I just didn't scroll down enough. Stepan the Despicable, Kedra, Erno Pasternak?
Correct. There have been a number of counter or
I was kind of hoping to
false
be wrong.
innocences. Some assumed to have innocentic qualities. Some who just thought so themselves. Occasionally, they have the support of a faction inside the ecclesiastic organization, and accusations of foul play have arisen. The most famous and important of these was Erno Pasternak. He was into torture, despotism, hymns, cannons, and world conquest, but got defeated and humiliated by Stepan the Despicable of Kedra.
Sounds like a cool guy.
Final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much. This is the most important one. Question 4. Who was the greatest innocence? The most important of them all. The most precious to humankind. I've got it. Honest.
Okay, are you sure this time? I'll bite. Hint me.
Of course, this is my thing. The reason I exist in this world. The correct answer is Franco Negro.
There's no way. You're absolutely certain of this?
0 doubts. While it was actually her.
Franco Negro.
Incorrect. While Franco Negro built concrete churches and cathedrals, and while many people, especially the less, consider him a father figure, due to his militarism and nationalism, João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego argues differently. Another choice, perhaps. Oh yes, militarism and nationalism. My bad. Yes, obviously.
Dolores Day.
Correct. The Mesk might see Franco Negro as the father of nations, but as of this century, there's been a great shift in attitude. Dolores Day has become widely regarded as the greatest innocence. A most radical change to the whole fabric of the world. Everything from inter-esolary travel to the connected world to 3 consecutive scientific revolutions can be traced back to her. Every decade that passes, she seems less human somehow, and more beautiful. And more beautiful. And more beautiful.
So weird.
Congratulations on finishing the test. The results and your subsequent grade have been calculated. You get a D. Not particularly remarkable, but technically a passing grade. Not that anyone really expected better.
Wait, I didn't get any of them right on the first try, did I?
You would have done better if you just left Dolores Day for the end. Dial the Dolores Day down a bit.
Damn you, you arrogant book.
What's going on with you?
Oh, okay. Lieutenant is jolted awake by your furious cursing. Thinks it's so smart. Goddamn. Or, the book is unfair. The book is unfair.
Okay.
Lieutenant stares at you, his visage unflinching.
You are shouting at an inanimate object, like a real weirdo. No wonder you seem to have trouble with the right answers.
This isn't doing any favors for my anti-objects.
Man, something's weird about this book. You should do something fun instead. Rock out. Forget about it.
Put the book away. Excellent, excellent.
I can't believe this shit.
All right. Getting pretty close. No, I definitely can't now. I only have $6. I'll go sell my tear for whatever it's worth. But here's the thing. How else do you pass time? Like if you go somewhere and something's about to happen but not quite, how do you pass the time? You can only do the bench if Kim's not there. Oh, I could pawn stuff.
The tear machine stands in the corner.
No. You need tear to use the tear machine.
I don't have any tear. Alright, gotcha. Okay. Baby is purring. Oh, you're falling through my leggies though. Oh no. Oh no.
Yes. Im Gynneter is Machina Anjoban.
Machina. Joyce left. Joyce is gone. She's gone and she got bullied by the chat.
Baby is purring, I can't believe it's shit.
We're waiting for 22, so we're getting close.
I can't believe this shit.
I can't believe this baby.
I can't believe this shit.
The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her
Plus
body.
one read The
Her
Greatest
face
Innocence.
oval and sad. Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived.
Oh, babies.
No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brainy thing. It has survived
Brain
the
thing.
deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
Wait, what exactly is an innocence? I've read a book, but it was fuzzy. Or, okay, when did she rule? Or, what else do I know about her? Or, I want more. Or, was there something terrifying about her? To hell with this. Okay, when did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi, she is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Serene, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also, that she was gorgeous beyond beauty.
Yeah.
Draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed?
Yes! Big bummer! Boring history! Gotta keep it light, man! Keep it moving! Get fucked up instead!
Where is this coming from? Or, right, better not go poking any further. Or, okay, what else? Was she smart? Where's this coming from?
The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away.
Fuck this pain, Bratan! It's unhealthy!
It's very healthy.
No, you must know.
Hell yeah, +1. Or, I mean, a heal. Right, better not to go poking any further. Or, okay, what else? Was she smart? What? You said I must know. Okay, what else? Was she smart?
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret,
I thought that she was like an
becoming the era's
advisor
preeminent
to the
philosopher
queen.
of the state, a scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her
I guess.
contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
We have not made progress with the cryptids.
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new new world. The peace she was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history, the DeLorean era.
Tiny. Tiny. Poop. Look in the mirror. Welcome. You're just little foosballs. You're just a little sprite. Being tiny.
I can't believe this shit.
Wow, or I don't care. Wow.
Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest.
So they say.
Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress.
Who declared her the innocence, I wonder?
That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
I want more.
As did we all. The lands of the Mess and the Occident, and even far away Supram Windy. Altogether, 21 of the 40 Mundial nations of the time immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning.
Her crowning?
In a city called Advesperaskit in Vespa Messina, her homeland. The name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theliers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
She must have been beautiful. Or I don't care how she looked. I don't care. It doesn't hurt me. She must have been beautiful.
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
That is so weird. It's like, to what extent was my wife like Dolores, or to what extent am I projecting aspects of my wife onto Dolores, or, you know, ooh, then what?
One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later.
Rude.
A young man who had come to suspect
Young man.
that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
Annie?
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents.
An alien.
Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes.
Maybe she just had a fucking fever.
This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Was there something terrifying about her?
Vi weren't
Terrifying
Borat-voice
is a
nearby.
term too emotionally charged.
Thank you very much,
for
Rama
your
McDownload.
semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
You're right. Time to heed the warning. Or no, there was something bad about her. I want to know. I want to know.
You already do. Although she's often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her terriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
She's Melina. What happened?
The Mesk state tried
Melon.
to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity, suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacific. Mare Interregnum.
You're not talking about Dolores Day anymore.
Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
Her husband is Harry and he got isekai'd into the future.
This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Hey.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
Lieutenant's calm voice echoes in the cold air of the church.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
She's somehow connected to the case, or glowing lungs. That's fucked up. Or nothing, just looking around. Or she's beautiful, or she's not human, or yell, war criminal! She's somehow connected to the case.
That's mega cool, man. You coming up with theories in here like that? Right on.
We should board that old spooker up, Andre. It'll only disturb the people while they're trying to dance, unshackled by the failure of humanism.
How about we don't do that, Lloyd? She looks cool.
Are you a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous.
That's interesting
with
that it went
humanism.
into this thing that we've already
Laws
said
reinforce
before.
a DeLorean in origin.
I see. I don't like her. She looks like a lever.
I have no idea what you mean by that. We've been standing here long enough. We should look around or get out.
Turn away.
Hey, her innocence Dolores Day liked little figurines, right? Liked holding little men between her fingers, remember?
What? Or no, I don't remember anything. I don't want to think about this. Goodbye. What?
You have the headless Falcon Rider figurine. You should give it to her. Win her back.
What? Win who back? I can't win her back. She's a long dead historical figure. Or I should, yes, this is a task of mine now. Or forget about this. What?
Don't be so pessimistic. Love doesn't die that easily. This isn't funny. You have a bad feeling about this one.
I should, yes. This is a task of mine now.
So very, very, very nifty. Nifty and mysterious. This is surely what the figurines are for.
What the fuck?
The mother of humanism stands above you. A precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body. Her face
Looks like I
oval
can't
and
give this
sad.
figurine to her.
Why?
Because she's a stained glass window?
That does seem to be a problem. Maybe you meant something else?
Like what? Is the task still on?
I don't know. What are we thinking of? Part of your mind has gone on to other things already. Only a strange little sadness remains. The mother of humanism towers above you.
Weird. Oh. Could these wires work as contact microphones? There's still the spooky zone. We need to windle or stay back. Okay, we have almost 2 hours still. We could probably have one of these other conversations with, like, Noid.
You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in.
He looks around the hall examining the carpentry.
With wonder in his sharp eyes.
Wait, is one of those things a container I haven't...
Between you and me,
oh,
I don't know if you've noticed this about
easy.
me. I'm a little suspicious of authority, but you really came through for the hardcore underground.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
The would-be leader is cutting some futuristic shapes on the floor, sweating profusely. A cell using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater.
No, she's not.
The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass. Sire, the tent. 'Twas a security risk. And in here, sanctuary. 'Twas only noble of you.
These kids got spunk. I admire that. Or better here than in the tent, shrug. It wasn't safe. Or I'm generally into the hardcore lifestyle you wouldn't understand. Or I'm a corrupt cop, Kim. This is a corrupt scheme. I'm a corrupt cop, Kim. This is a corrupt scheme. I did it for mankind, for all of mankind. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
The lieutenant keeps it laconic.
I don't believe you actually think you did it for all mankind. But whatever keeps you in high spirits is okay by him.
What's the clothes?
They're hardcore.
You look like a woman with those earrings. Or that's it? Okay then, that's it?
They're just clothes.
Are they? They look outlandish. Or I thought there would be more to it. Or okay then, I thought there'd be more to it.
Nah, it's just a vest of suspenders made to resemble a human ribcage. Plus some lady clothes to piss off the sex system. Now tell me about that hardcore necktie. It's fucking primal.
Some lady clothes to piss off the sex system. Hell yeah. It's my friend and accomplice. It makes me party harder. Or look at your tie suspiciously. What's so hardcore about it? It's my friend and accomplice. It makes me party harder.
I can see that. And you've partied very hard for a very long time, haven't you? It looks like you're trying to hang yourself with it. So large, too. So many different patterns. It's crazy, man. I like it.
You suddenly realize
Not that crazy.
Patience and respect this speed freak has shown you is partly because of your style. He's probably not like that with everyone.
Respect to the man!
I was thinking about like if you look at the pattern here, it's really not that crazy. It's one of those things where you can tell like the artist was kind of torn between the concept of it and also wanting to make something that's like good aesthetically. I need to use the restroom real quick, babies. I need to use the restroom real quick.
Longer?
I'm only using this mouse honestly because one of my other mice isn't working well. It is one of those what do you call it, like a mouse that you're supposed to hold like this, like a handshake. It's supposed to be better for your wrist or whatever. I don't know about it. I bought it on a whim.
I can't believe this shit.
I see. So it's like it makes more sense if you specifically have tendinitis or something. But yeah, I actually find them uncomfortable. Dippy beep, dippy beep. Lloyd, what do you think about the church?
It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more.
He rubs his hands together. How old do you think this church is? Over 300 years? Or what style is this church built in? Or what do you mean by dead bodies? Or how do you like the
Modern
glasswork?
Computer misused Gott nor weiß.
Hey, how are you settling in? Or let's talk about something else. Do you think this church is over 300 years old?
That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, on the coast here. Was one of the first things they did.
I can't hear
Must have
anything.
been really scared
I
of
suddenly
something.
can't hear anything.
I understand.
Why can't I hear anything? Oh! I can suddenly hear things again. What did you babies do?
Wait, wie count als a modern Computer mouse?
You are a modern computer mouse. Well, my headphones are wireless specifically because of babies.
I can't believe this shit.
But I understand. Okay. It's more like it on the coast here. Yeah.
Alone on an uninhabited archipelago, forced to face themselves and nature. Pre-industrial quantities of solitude. The sea, perhaps something more fundamental.
Fundamental.
He means something paranatural. He must...
I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well.
His voice echoes in the wooden cavern of the church. Something more fundamental? You mean the sound anomaly?
Maybe. Maybe they were unable to face the nature of the world, perishing.
Heyo. What style is this church built in?
A cop who's into building critique. Okay then. This is folk DeLoreanism, lawmongerer. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture.
I like this guy. I like that for some reason he just knows about architecture. This folk DeLoreanism lawmonger. I'm not just a cop, I'm an art cop. Or, okay, and what is DeLorean architecture like? Or, yeah, enough architecture. I'm not just a cop, I'm an art cop.
Art of core.
He nods appreciatively. Okay, and what is DeLorean architecture like?
Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you out?
What did DeLorean building look like?
Like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white. A false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical. Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Marriage shit. Virtue and tyranny.
Marriage is shit, yeah. Or, hey, marriage is great, marriage is sacred. Or, this church isn't painted white, as far as I can tell. I'll say the last one.
Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside, before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Year after year, flake after flake, whitewashed clean, then covered in green moss.
What did you mean by dead bodies?
Dead bodies are perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total.
Spiritual collapse?
I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, cop man? After a short while, they shuddered and went away. They had sensed that she could no longer see them and that she wasn't like them anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her body, but whatever it was that made her body live. End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it.
First, where is that quote from? Or what you're saying is you're not a big fan of the incentic system? Or what you're saying is religion has stopped being hardcore? Or what exactly are you saying? You're not a big fan of the incentic system?
A 3,000-year-old tyrannical regime of history, built and maintained by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false core.
Hey y'all.
The way he says it, the force in false core is invested with 20 kilotons of disgust.
It's false core. But you guys said that Ecclesiastes were all about love and hardcore before, remember? I even agreed with you about the Ecclesiastes being okay with this. And you proposed dance music will supplant the system? And you proposed Santism?
Anodic dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And
I see.
I do.
How do you like the glasswork?
I don't. Fuck her giving me the evil eye.
That's her since Dolores Day. Mind your words. Or I'm getting some real negative vibrations from her too. Or you want to get inside the church and now you don't like the stained glass window. I'm getting some real negative vibrations from her too.
No wonder. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at ya. Not a good look for the club.
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love. Mass murder on the floor.
But she's the innocence of humanism. Humanism seems to be a pretty big deal around here. Or, but she's pretty. Or, yeah, but like, who isn't accused of being a mass murderer these days? Or, I do feel there is something terrifying about her. Or, isn't she supposed to be an embodiment of the world spirit? Or would you say she was, you know, human? Or, yeah, I'm done talking about her. I don't want to think about her anymore. I do feel there is something terrifying about her.
There is. She is a party repellent. Must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
Take her down, crash it, destroy that window, or keep it, keep the beautiful sharp shards, keep her long face and her hair, or say nothing, stare grimly into the distance. I mean, as is, it is a safety hazard. Take her down, crash it, destroy that window.
Will do.
Speed Freak nods and pets the toolbox as if it were a cat.
Paranoid! Stop twisting my melon, man! People are gonna love it. It'll be our thing. Plus it keeps the cold out.
But she's the innocence of humanism. Humanism seems to be a pretty... Isn't she supposed to be an embodiment of the world spirit?
The world spirit does not have a body. It has organs. Hardcore is an organ of the world spirit.
He raises his left hand.
This Arno van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief, if you ask me. An organ thief. All innocences are.
Interesting. I have to ask this. Yeah, but like, who isn't accused of being a mass murderer these days?
No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. The Anodic pioneer Rietveld is not a mass murderer. He is not accused of mass murder. Likewise,
damn, sounds like they were
Jermaine
disgusting
Egghead
centrists.
Or Andre are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside that suspicion. Billions of people go about not being guilty of mass murder. Just not her.
Love it. Like this guy. Good guy. I'm done talking about her.
What a strange choice of words. Caustic. Overflowing with negativity. That can't be healthy. What's happening here?
No.
Why do you keep coming back to this window?
Nothing, everything's okay, or I don't know, or it's a nice window. I don't know.
Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about it, please.
Let's talk about the glasswork again. I've been thinking about her. Let's talk about something else.
Sure.
Why are you suspicious about everything? Wait, I am curious. Oh wait, I can't see if I got a fascism point for that. I mean, I assume it was obviously fascist dialogue, but oh wait, here we go. I'm still only at 1. I'm just so fucking unfascist, buddy. Just watching Andre down here with his little feet going. Why are you suspicious about everything?
Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. They don't call me Noid for nothing. It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced.
Why are you called Noid anyway? Oh, is it because you're paranoid?
It's short for paranoid.
Hey. May I ask why? What good is being suspicious? Or what are you suspicious of? Or got it, tell me something else. What you suspicious of?
It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away.
This is a good, dangerous line of questioning. You should prod him on.
And what are the most suspicious things?
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm.
The pig-wheat paradigm?
Something is off here. You feel like it should be the other way around.
Does this mean you're mentally ill? Or don't you mean the left-right paradigm and the pig-wheat complex? Wait, is the pig-wheat complex a thing? I'm not familiar with this. Or tell me more about the left-right business. Or what's suspicious about the production of pork and wheat? Oh, we can ask about it.
It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves.
What's bad about cereal grain? Having enough food could be a precursor for greater things. Or what's bad about animals? Animals are cute. Or yeah, it's our only shit and we fucking suck at it. I don't understand. What's bad about animals? Animals are cute.
Nothing. Animals are cool, guys. I like animals too. But that doesn't mean I have to be one myself.
Tell me more about the left-right business.
I prefer not to. Both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movement's only concern is producing enough pig and wheat for everyone. The end goal of humanity. The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. That's what led us astray. Far from our true lives, but we may yet find a way back.
Alright.
Whatever this true life is, you feel it's the real centerpiece of this mythology.
Well that was, wait, don't you mean the left-right paradigm and the pig-wheat complex?
No. Politics is an inert complex of daily corruption and inane think pieces. The real paradigm is economic, and it concerns pig and wheat. This is where the innovation happens. It's only a theory, but I suspect they're breeding a pig-wheat hybrid. Probably in Grad.
This got much less metaphorical. Well, that was certainly stimulating.
His eyes flicker.
Take care, Noid. Oh, I can ask about true life. Okay, you mentioned true life. What would that be like?
A life is true if it's free from fear, an internal division among oneself and others. Mankind has seeds of greatness in it. A germinal will come, a return to trueness. It will be hardcore.
How would you go about returning to this true life?
Beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods. Nerve impulses for the collective body. We are very much alike in basic structure. An hard enough beat would awaken everyone to a truer calling. In unity.
I think we just interacted with like the hardest beat possible and it was kind of fucked up.
Just like that. The speed freak is right in your face. His eyes burning. His comrades look on worriedly. The young man is dead serious about this. Rejection of the right-left axis. Emphasis on unity. Appreciation of some primordial mode of being. What does that remind you of?
No. What the fuck, encyclopedia? Sort of like fascism then?
Nationalism, militarism, racism, and emphasis on a leader character are totally absent in hardcore.
Of course. The words echo throughout the church majestically. Fair enough, just making an observation, or I didn't mean it as a bad thing. Or but shouldn't the ones that are more hardcore rule over the ones that are less hardcore? Offer them guidance? Fair enough, just making an observation.
He picks up a wrench and scratches his head with it, unaroused by fascism.
I think we should all be thoroughly unaroused by fascism. So you're advocating a noise-based society, or you keep mentioning hardcore. What does it mean to you? So you're advocating a noise-based society?
Many non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer to true, hardcore life. There's just never been enough of them, and they had to rely on some extremely basic percussion.
You keep mentioning hardcore. What does it mean to you?
Utmost dedication. Thoughts from the spinal cord. It's a potent superlative as well.
Who told you about the spinal cord?
The term also signifies certain varieties of pornography that depict penetration, just so you know.
Thanks, encyclopedia. This fucking guy.
Egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. He just really likes saying hardcore.
Hardcore!
I can't believe this shit.
His friend shouts from behind his mixed table with a smile surpassing your own in wideness, a total moon face, and eyes full of naive wonderment. The term hardcore also denotes a strain of pornography that depicts penetration. Did you know that? That was vague. Dedication, something else, superlative. Thank you for clearing that up. I need to say it. I have to say it.
That's a pretty hardcore coincidence, don't you think?
Yeah!
Whatever. Let's change the subject.
Oh yeah, sure thing.
Internalize the hardcore aesthetic. Don't just nod along. Really feel it. Oh. Take care, Noid.
Date of birth generator. You were born in the year 07, in the last year of the commune of
43?
right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old. The bloating might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope.
Oh, so we're only a year older than Kim. Also, Harry is only 8 years older than me. That's not that much. We could date. Very fair on Kim's part. We have lived hard. Okay. Bonuses. Learning cap for logic raised to 4. -1 difficulty to all physique passives. Nice.
I can't believe this shit.
Oh yeah, I would not actually date Harry. Also, because canonically he could be many kinds of people and you don't want to risk that shit. Specialist grade headset, +2 Inland Empire, -1 reaction speed. Oh, does it go in the hat slot? Yeah! +2 Inland Empire in your own head, -1 reaction speed. Say that again! A giant pair of cans. Oh. A giant pair of cans to keep you safe from the world. This particular set seems to have changed hands several times. May become sweaty after extended use. No, yeah, Harry seems like a guy who needs to be working on himself, with himself, by himself, and, you know, cool friends. But not, like, in a relationship.
man. What's on your mind?
Let's take a look. Oh wait, +1 caught the key. +1 necktie is on. +1 analyze the beat. +1 pericarnassianism is love.
Aggressive, monotonous, but also somehow sacrum, primitive, yet futuristic, like a machine man. Nothing exists but the here and now. All are one purpose. All you've managed is a list. The parts don't form a whole.
Very well, very well. So if I go ahead and try to find the place where I need to meet that lady, I guess I'll just have to like keep clicking on things in my inventory or whatever until the time to meet her approaches. He needs that agape love. True, true. Stay away from the area until it's time. Well, also the issue is I don't know exactly where it can bug out. Oh god. What an odd task you give yourself, but here we are. Oh, you should offer any and all you have one day if you meet her in person. No, we didn't exhaust dialogue with these guys, but, Moral and Gary. But, or those guys. I was wondering, you know, because I don't want to miss the appointment. Alright, time slot, the window is wide. Oh, okay. Oh, I suppose. Up here. Or no, it was down to the left more, wasn't it? West. Till 2 a.m. Oh, okay, okay. Also very weird that he was like, I have no idea who the fuck she is, but I set up a meeting for you two.
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
What? Yell ho into the slit, or what's in there? Kim, any idea what's down there? Finish thought. Yell ho.
There's no echo and no answer.
What's in there?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
Kim, any idea?
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here.
Think we might find Ruby down there?
We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building.
But not in there?
I hope not.
Finish that. Well, you don't want to go crawling around a sewer? Why not? Hate partying? I really want to get to... I want to get to the gun thing before we end for the night.
Hello, hello. What can I do for you, officer?
Tell me more about these traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena designed the traps?
Yes.
How do the traps work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out.
It's too fat.
At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution. We didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
Wait, I'm gonna switch home slice to Australian male. What are you using as bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course.
Herbivores.
But we've hypothesized that the insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect.
What's the most watermelon mouse-like cryptid?
As part of its ambush behavior. This seems unlikely.
You sound not cartoon Australian enough. I can't believe this. A carnivorous stick insect seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
How forward-thinking of you.
Not a big fan of skepticism, this one.
What will you do if these traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
Interfacing respects it. Let me ask you about something else.
Yes. What?
What if we check the traps for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
He looks at you with obvious surprise. Cryptozoology and detective work are very similar. Or chaos is my method. I emit scion. Or we're looking for someone hiding on this very coast looking for another thing may lead us to her. Or I'm all in with this cryptid shit. I'm hooked. Cryptozoology and detective work are very similar.
Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of research, attention to detail, and, above all, persistence.
Where are these traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very... Another we set in Land's
very
End,
near.
to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them...
He gestures to the trap in front of him.
You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
But Kim, maybe our suspect is hiding out in the reeds along with the traps, or the pursuit of knowledge is its own justification. Or what? Aren't you having fun? I'm gonna say that one.
Even relative to examining a week-old corpse, I'm not sure mucking about in the reeds qualifies as fun. But have it your way, detective.
Whoa, baby's running.
If you think it's important, you have been right before.
What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
What if I encounter the phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed.
He takes out a small white spray can.
It's made of musk and research chemicals.
The
pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Lay it on me, or lay it on me thick. Present your armpit, or I don't want this, thank you very much. Lay it on me.
Wise choice.
He douses you with the odd... Voice choice. He douses you with the odd smelling spray and then gives you a satisfied nod.
This is the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
He self-finances his cool car. He looks at the lieutenant with disdain, then puts the spray back in his pocket. I'm ready. Let's get to it.
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
It's me, the spirit of Rivacall, Melanie. Change my voice back.
Exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Oh, Gary.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. But what if the information is vital? On the hunt.
Tell me about this Phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
Why are you so interested in this stick bug? It doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I've heard about.
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
He shakes his head. What have you discovered about it so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say.
I mean, bugs are cool, don't get me wrong.
No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence,
Kim, shut up! Kim, shut up!
I know it's real.
The cryptozoologist says, brusquely enough that even he seems taken aback by it.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit
It's personal somehow to Lana, we know this.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts.
Oh yeah, because she thought she saw it or something.
Quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Lana said that there has been a sighting of it here in Martinez.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically.
Were these the same teenagers that saw a crabman?
It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out.
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis. Yes.
Oops.
The females don't need males
I said
to
parthenogenesis?
reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
That's pretty clever. Or females reproducing without males, a travesty, a crime against passion and common sense. Or this arouses no special feelings in me. That's pretty clever.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
Phasmid. Did you know Gary was hiding the armor?
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
I guess he does have some loyalties.
Thanks.
The man mutters in the distance. He doesn't dare it to say
He's
more.
still glad his friend stood up for him.
Going. Lots of people out there miss the good old days.
Hello again. Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I can't wait to get out of here.
Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
Bye. So there was that like peninsula one. The section of the coast hasn't been used in decades. Peninsula. Oh, peninsula. Puss, peninsula. Oh.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet.
Yeah, they're really
Looks
human.
like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Look around.
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building loom over the reeds. They whisper amongst themselves. Confidentially, snowflakes cling to their shivering stems. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and
blah, blah, blah. Reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
Damn, I was hoping it would be in the first one, or no need to grin. I'm not expecting to find anything. I'm helping some citizens and getting some fresh air. Or it'll be the next one, surely. Or say nothing, just put the trap down. And say no need to grin.
I meant no offense, just...
Lieutenant doesn't know how to finish the sentence. He looks at you putting the trap back on the ground. Kim, we're about to go find Ruby because of my psychic wind powers or whatever. So, you know, you just gotta deal. Wait, what was this?
An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotting boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path into the Fell building? A building like this must have multiple doors serving various functions. Perhaps a basement access.
Come closer and look in.
Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
I need to leave, right? I need to fucking leave so I don't hit the point of no return. It's okay. What's in there?
At first, you can't make anything out in the darkness at all.
Okay, what else?
As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. Crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right side.
And?
And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. A syringe.
Can we get into the Fell building through this pipe?
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without risk to our health either. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around.
The lieutenant pushes aside the reeds and looks around.
The lieutenant's face lights up. He doesn't usually notice these little things.
And it's right here, a maintenance door.
He points to a rusted metal double door to the right of the pipe, obscured by the reeds.
Oh yeah, big boy time. This needs you to put your back into it.
+1 broke into Kuno's apartment, +1 broke into communist's apartment, +1 broke bookstore door. Oh, now I gotta leave? Bye. Okay. Detective, it's like you keep finding perfect ways to enter, and then you don't at all. What the fuck? The water runs from the west. The source is upstream. A broken pipette? Spooky purple window. I don't know why you would possibly say that, Kim. Anyway, we need to find that cryptid net.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds.
Look around.
The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. Snow specks the stalks. Most of it melts quickly, relinquishing form to darkness. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
Yeah, it's one of the ones that becomes pretty hard to parse it all because it's trying to pronounce all the phonemes in a French way and you can't tell what the fuck it's saying. Reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Kim, don't fucking say shit, Kim. Don't fucking say shit.
Another empty trap.
The lieutenant takes a note, more out of habit than duty. Let's keep going. The next one is a lucky one. Or how are you enjoying the cardio, Lieutenant? I'm quite enjoying it myself. Or again, I want to make it absolutely clear that I don't really believe the phasmid exists, okay? Or say nothing, just put the trap down. How are you enjoying the cardio?
Always up for a good jog. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
He smiles and raises his collar. It's Wimdy. Leaf. It's heckin' Wimdy. He's gotta follow after Russ doing that jam rock shuffle. Oh, are you chilly, Kim? Do you need maybe some extra body warmth? Oh? Green. The store is closed for today. Time to put the kids to sleep. Silly rum, rum, rum. Silly ram. Tricks are for kids. Trap.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Snow covers the broken stalks like a shroud, and they shimmer, ghostly, in the darkness. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again, always the cold.
You hear quietly from the heart of the city. Bum 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 bum.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
His face is red from the cold sea air. He crouches to catch his breath. Bummer it wasn't in here. Or you getting tired? Or one more time, I must stress that I do not expect a cryptozoological monstrosity to be in this trap. Say nothing, just put the trap down. You getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
He's short-winded. The sentence ends there. Sorry, Kim. Ahead, decades-old concrete defenses. Children play on them now. Children playing with their own shit. Awful, just awful. Most of the running around I've been doing is ambiguously canonical, Lieutenant. Mr. Dubois.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality.
Look around.
The reeds by the abandoned campsite sway and tremble while the snow falls all around. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
Reach for the trap.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Look closer.
No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Immediately yell, it's empty. Morel didn't leave it empty. Or, no, look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Actually, I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap. But what if it was the phasmid? What if it ate them and got out? Or, yeah, it probably wasn't the phasmid, but still, Morel needs to know. Or, you're right, but they still need to know. Or, you're right, the crypto research has been stupid. But what if it was the phasmid?
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We are not cryptozoologists. We are cops.
A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow, the felled building in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you try to ask again?
I know you want me to go to the goddamn felled building. I'm sorry, I can't yet. I gotta get my gum. I'm so close. Okay, so I want to go ahead and meet the lady. Or is the gun interaction going to be pretty long? The interaction with the pigs? No. Well then, I am going to quick save and pass time so we can do it.
Medicinal purposes of the pearl. Flipping through the book, you come across it's all. Finally, it seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal There's nothing in here that speaks to. First, you need to chew. Next, lastly, you've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger.
You don't have to say whiskey and it just keeps saying you did a whiskey thing.
In your experience, it's only done the opposite.
I haven't, but we're also, it's getting late in real world time.
You close the book and
I do want to see this shit. It sounded like it might be kind of weird and problematic. So we'll see. You must meet her near the old fish market and get your service. Is the fish market the more northern part?
There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed.
Not right now, not right now. Oh wait, this isn't that other building. I guess I could have looked at it. Oh well. I'm just gonna have that stuck in my head all night.
Put your hands where I can see them.
The aging woman under a mountain of police paraphernalia mumbles to herself and notices you and reaches for the megaphone.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now!
She screams in the megaphone.
Hands right now!
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand. Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
Whoa. I mean, I guess fair. Wait, what should we do, Kim? Or raise your hands, or easy, ma'am, take it easy, or no, the tear is mine. I collected it. No, I need this ledger to take notes. Easy, ma'am, take it easy.
Failure to comply. Suspect is displaying aggression. Officer, under duress! Officer, under duress!
Oh, there's supposed to be a siren? Whoops.
I am the police. Don't move. Don't move. Hands on your head. Suspect is armed and dangerous.
I'm not moving, or ma'am, I need you to calm down. We just want to talk. I'm not moving.
Suspect is on the loose. Suspect at large. Officer, administer street justice at our own peril. That one extra lick with a baton or extra knee strike above was what was actually required. Suspect is under control. Suspect is under control.
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
You'll have to go for the gun sooner or later. Perhaps you can learn crucial facts before you do.
Yeah, let's not rush to... +1, this is the pigs. Oh, I guess we could have come across her without having any idea. We can solve this peacefully. Please lower your weapon.
Officer in need of assistance! Suspect at large! Get on the ground!
Ma'am, please. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon.
Let's just talk, alright? Or that's it, you're under arrest. Or blow her away, Lieutenant. Let's just talk, alright?
Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Sector, take the shot! Big
Her
red
head
key!
snaps at
Big
you.
red key!
Big red key? That's code for the battering ram. Cop talk. You know this.
Please identify yourself, ma'am.
It's a goddamn police shitbag! Hug the pavement! You're under arrest!
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs? She thinks she's a police officer. Try treating her like a police officer. A lower-ranking police officer.
I was thinking about something like that. Officer, pigs, W. Freighter Harrier Dubois, requesting your sidearm for inspection. Hold out your badge.
What?
She lowers the megaphone and stares at the gun in her hand. Patrol officer, you're in gross violation of the RCM Code of Conduct. Or, just lower the gun, officer. Or, that's right, pigs, give me the gun. It'll be alright. It's mine. You're in gross violation of the RCM Code of Conduct.
Sir?
She hesitates, looking around in confusion. The 3-barreled pepper box waves in her hand. Patrol officer, I have to sign you up for a disciplinary hearing. Slowly shake your head. Or, please, pigs, just give me the gun. Or, it's okay, ma'am. Everything's going to be alright. I have to sign you up. Wait, that might agitate her more. Please, pigs, just give me the gun.
With a swift, poorly coordinated move, the woman slams the megaphone against her lips and teeth. A trickle of blood runs down her chin. She doesn't notice it.
Officer compromise! Unlawful impersonation! Pigs en route! Engage your will!
Damn it.
Okay. She's actually more agitated now. My bad.
Damn it. My bad. You're not the police. We are the police.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Status unconfirmed!
Baby, you know who I am. Everybody knows. Wink. Or me, back up, more like a fuck up. Or yes, I'm the backup, resist a yawn, here to back you up. Or I'm with the Rat Squad. Or Lieutenant W. Freighter Harrier Dubois, 41st Precinct. This is my partner, Lieutenant Kim Kisaragi from the 57th. I can say that.
No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth. Aggravated assault! Man down! Officers in pursuit!
There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here.
What's the situation, officer?
Law enforcement compromised! Impersonating a police officer!
Does she not believe you two are actually police officers?
Wait, what if she's right and I actually am an imposter? I'm in full RCM lieutenant's uniform and look at my partner. We're cops, all right? Or we really are I mean, I'm not in full uniform, but I do have my jacket on. We really are cops. Look, white rectangles. Or we really are cops. Look, my badge. Take out your badge and show it to her. Or you're the one impersonating a police officer. Look, white rectangles.
License and registration! License and registration! Come in, dispatch! Sector! Azimuth!
She repeatedly bashes the megaphone against her head, then screams in the bloody mouthpiece.
It's not a code, just disjointed words.
Doesn't look good. Let's deal with it later.
We can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing a firearm at us. Your firearm. You need to solve this.
I don't... This seems dumb, but are you on drugs?
Confiscated contraband! Restricted access!
You can't quick save in the middle of a combo, unfortunately.
Compromised.
Missing eyewitness cover report.
I don't think she's on drugs. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here.
Well.
All right, here's the plan. You hurl the ledger in her face, already darting right, and immediately close the distance. Left hand grabs the barrel, right one breaks the wrist.
I can't believe this shit.
I also can't believe this shit. Yeah, look, we got exactly what we needed. Okay, Ari darting right and immediately close the distance. Left hand grabs the barrel, right one breaks the wrist. I like that they bring the ledger into it.
No, that won't be necessary. Look closer. The gun, all 3 barrels, red and blue light shining through. It's not loaded.
Kim, I'm almost certain there are no bullets in that gun. Or, my God, it's not loaded. The gun isn't loaded. Or, ma'am, the weapon you're holding is mine and I know it has no bullets. Or go ahead, pull the trigger. I dare you. Kim, I'm almost certain there are no bullets in that gun.
Huh? My God, I think you're right.
Ma'am, the weapon you're holding is mine and I know it has no bullets.
What?
The woman looks at the weapon in disbelief and eyes suddenly reddish with tears. She looks straight down the barrel and squeezes the trigger. Wait.
This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. What is this? Police gun always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
The gun lands on the wooden planks and tears run down her scratched cheeks.
She looks devastated. Grab the gun, right now. This might be your only chance.
I'm done with this gun. Leave it behind forever. No. Pick up your gun.
No one ever cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
Her voice is growing fainter as she rocks back and forth slowly.
Poor woman. We need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you. Gently touch her shoulder. Or what do you think is happening to her? Or should we arrest her? Proceed. What do you think is happening to her?
She's in a stupor. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this.
But why was she like this in the first place?
Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8. And loneliness.
Channel 8. Neurodegenerative disease. Or, yes, this is what happens when you listen to too many cop shows on the radio. Oh! Wow. Or, you're probably right, Nod. Loneliness. Or, I guess we'll never know. Neurodegenerative disease.
Could be. Her hands were trembling and she did seem uncoordinated. But what are we gonna do with her?
Well, that's funny. It's like, so in this world they also have... I feel like we haven't even seen TVs. I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
Should we just arrest her?
I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without a gun, she isn't really a threat to anyone. We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family.
Wait, I was really hoping I can give her one of those station call slips. Or, yeah, Titus sounds like the man for the job. Or, I don't want to endorse the Hardy Boys' inflated sense of self-worth. They're not cops. We are. Or, I think we can just leave her like this. She'll be fine. Yeah, Titus sounds like the man for the job.
Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry, because it's late, and they might have already gone home. But I think we're done here for now. Let's head out. This is done.
Please, leave the radio on.
It seems like a reflex reflex, a half-remembered sentence.
Reflex to what? Being left alone. She stands motionless, just a heap of clothes and flashes now. Maybe if you search her once more. The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic under her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. Is one of those things a police cap?
She mentioned those specific police names, and that feels like a thing.
There were narcotics in there, too. You're thinking of taking them. Do.
Shut up, electrochemistry. Shake her shoulder, or pick up the RCM cap, or confiscate the narcotics. Wink. Or leave her be. Pick up the RCM cap.
She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Oh, is that yours?
Oh.
It's hard to say. It's been so long since you wore yours.
I think so, or maybe, probably, you know me. Or mine? No, it's ours. The RCM's. Or I'm going to say the maybe, probably.
It's your hat.
That was a funny way. It's your hat. It's your hat. Shake her shoulder or confiscate the narcotics. Wink. Yeah, but I'm not going to confiscate them in this context where the idea is that I'm going to do the fucking drugs. Leave her be, I guess. Lady. Sad lady. I wish we could, like, take her back into town or some shit. +1 authority, member of an organization. The cap is sturdy and comfortable and seems to retain its form very well. It fits you perfectly. The inside of it smells like cheap tobacco and typewriter ink. It feels familiar somehow. Perhaps it too is yours? Though how the pigs got it is a mystery. So dapper. You can give them to Kim? Okay, wait, let's see.
The woman stands slumped. Is one of those things. There were narcotics in there, too. You're thinking of taking them.
Confiscate the narcotics.
You take the vial of Pyrrolidon and the bottle of speed as evidence, obviously. She didn't consume them. She didn't look high. She confiscated them. A little like you are doing now.
You're taking those, are you?
Listen to him, for once.
Volition, I have been listening to him so good. I know that you think that I'm doing a bad thing because I did a wink, but it was actually a very, I just have something in my eye. It's fine. Fine, you take them then.
Thank you. I'm doing this to help you. We need to focus on the case.
I haven't been doing any a drug.
He's grateful you did this.
Okay. I'm going to quick save and then I'm going to shake her shoulder because it feels like I shouldn't, but I'm also, I hate just leaving it here. Oh.
The woman stands slumped.
Yeah. Boo. Roy, I guess Roy is also fucked up because I otherwise I would judge him more for like selling a gun to this woman. Yeah, how we doing with Kim? My gum. A 3-shot revolving barrel Villas La Salle pepper box, typically assigned to officers of RCM upon reaching the rank of sergeant. The butt of the gun is worn as the engraving, and the engraving on the side reads, Sunrise Parabellum. This is your gun, no doubt about it. Gum. Not as powerful as my tear bag. Well then. I guess that's all for tonight. We got our gum back from a sad dementia lady. Oh, the little baby. Oh, the little baby. I'm not sure about whether I'm very torn between going to Magic Night tomorrow and just continuing to play the game. I think I might just continue to play the game and go ahead and stream tomorrow. Oh, and there's also something else that y'all need to see.
I can't believe this shit.
This is social. Either way, social. I'll think about it. We'll see. But in any case, hasta mañana.
I can't believe this shit. 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 I can't believe this shit.
Damn right you can't believe this shit. These sick moves.